Hi and welcome to another video of ours. Now today we are looking at a home build NAS system, this baby right here, and the purpose of this is basically not to be dependent on any of the NAS products available outside. So when I say NAS, we talk about network access storage and nothing else. So the story started with a Synology NAS that died on me a couple of days back, and I just wanted to have a look into the rebuild process, and if not to choose Synology. So this is what brought us to this conclusion. Let's go ahead and have a look at it quickly. So when we went out and looked at the market and wanted to buy ourselves a NAS device for everything which is in our home, all the photos and videos, by default we used to be backed up to our NAS system or our NAS storage. So what we found out was Synology, QNAP and all other pre-built NAS solutions were easy to be used by a layman user. However, they were very costly, and I'm talking about at least 200 and 210 grands in INR to spend with the storage and the NAS device itself. And we were able to find out a couple of Z270M-ITX boards. Me being an ITX guy, there was a no-brainer. And fortunately, we had Lian Li PC-Q25 cabinet. So let's go ahead and quickly have a look at the build process itself. And in the meanwhile, I'll explain what all we put into this system. Let's have a quick look. So we started off with an Asrock Z270 board, and we put an i3-7100 on it, 128 SSD to boot from. We put in 2 sticks of 16 GB each for memory, and I'll explain later why we did that. It all goes into the PC-Q25 case from Lian Li. It's a beautiful case. I love the fact that it has all 5 hard drive bays as hot swappable, so there was a no-brainer to go for this case. Quickly looking at the assembly itself, the case has enough room for a quick assembly on a Z270. We used all 5 hard drives. That's 4 terabytes of surveillance drives, and surveillance drives being known to have a really steady storage in when we say input and output storage in capacity or right on the drive capacity. So it was a no-brainer because we wanted a lot of devices to write to the NAS altogether. Moving ahead, there is a rule of thumb that I follow, is bending all the SATA cables before the installation is supposed to happen in the system. So we bent all the SATA cables first and then did a cable tie to them and then put it in the system altogether. It was really fairly easy of a process to go from that point onwards. Usually we hunt down for the SATA ports on the hard drive, or when we have a hard drive installed at different locations onto the cabinet itself. Now here, as everything is on a back plate, it was very easy to put all the 5 SATA drives connected right away. We did use 2 oranges because these are bought at a different point in time, so we wanted to make sure that we are segregating 2 with warranty or a time of purchase differentiation. There was a front intake fan of 140 millimeters that we put in. We put in all the connectors for the motherboard, and there goes our Cooler Master V750 power supply, and that is enough for the build as of now. So as you can see, guys, setting up the NAS as a base computer in the beginning is a fairly easy process for us, provided there was not a lot of clutter of SATA cables, because everything was a hot swappable bay and everything connects to the back plate onto the computer case itself. So it was a really easy choice for us to make. And given that the PC-Q25 case is made for the people, those who love to have a lot of storage in their system, this case was fairly easy to work with. Do consider that still we have enough room here, and I can pretty much fit in a full length graphics card in the future if anyone intends to use it as a rendering machine. So we can easily upgrade the processor to a 7700K to be bought from aftermarket, or something like an i5 or an of a higher clock speed of 7th generation. So we can easily upgrade the processor to an i7 7700K or an i5 of the same generation, and this would suit us very well. So the purpose of building this machine was to build a Docker workstation. What we would be putting onto this machine would be free NAS software. It's available, it's free NAS. And the beauty of free NAS is it comes with the option of putting Docker as a container virtualization on top of free NAS operating system itself. I know that the i3-7100 is not a processor which can handle a lot of tasks on a virtualization level. However, the good thing is that this NAS is supposed to house only two major things. One, of course, the storage which is accessible throughout the network, which could easily be catered by the free NAS software. And the second thing, to have two more applications running on the Docker. One is, interestingly, Pi-hole. And Pi-hole is another project that we are doing for killing all the advertisements on the web page that you see. So one of the reasons of putting Docker here or having the system with the Docker is to have Pi-hole. And last but not the least, the second is, of course, sync of Amazon S3 storage, which is also possible to put on Docker in this machine. So having said that, I'm going to conclude this video, as it was a very fine build that we did for ourselves, and this is going to be a usable 15 terabytes of storage altogether, if not more. So there are very exciting things which are going to happen in the near future, and I can tell you one of the builds that we are going to do now, right after this, is a Hackintosh build on a Corsair 280X crystal case with an i7 7700K and two RX 580 cards. So it's going to be a really overkill for that price point. So that is coming our way. Keep watching, guys. Have fun. Subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up. Do share. And if you want more, just put it on the comments. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next. Take care.